Venerable. Mane bemel, 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 mane bemel. Mane bemel, 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 mane bemel. Mane bemel, 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 mane bemel. Mane bemel, 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 mane bemel. Mane bemel, 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 mane bemel. Mane bemel, 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 mane bemel. Mane
All right. Does that work better or not? Oh, that's next. Problem. That often is a problem, but that's not going to be the issue this time. Okay, everybody, Teresa, thumbs up. So welcome everyone to Ingrid's Memorial Puja. So today, everybody's back here. I should have sat over there. Anyway, you can hear me. That's the main thing. Yeah. So anyway, today, we're going to do as we usually do. The prayers that were recommended by Lama Zopa Rinpoche, always advised when Dharma brothers and sisters, family members, anyone passes away that we want to pray for, help across the bardo. We are going to do the Medicine Buddha, wish fulfilling puja. So I think most of us are familiar. And if we're not, we're doing it in Tibetan chanting really fast. I'm joking. We're doing it in English. Don't worry, yeah. So you can all join in. For those of us on this side of the room, you should find the puja around number 102. And for us on behind me, we're going to, you'll find it on the screen. And there's a few texts, if you can't read the screen, that someone at this side can hand out. So if you need a text, you can use that. I'm just going to let me just make sure the screen share is working. So we're going to do Medicine Buddha Puja. And also we're going to do the King of Prayers. That's Lama Zopa Rinpoche advises. And we're also going to do just so many swift return prayers for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. So it should take about an hour and 15 minutes, something for all the prayers, maybe a bit less. And then just so you've got an idea what we're doing. And then we're going to stop and, you know, along with those friends sharing on Zoom, we'll hopefully share a few stories about Ingrid for how that goes. And then we have tea and lots of cakes, all Ingrid's favourites, princess cake, cheesecake, Nancy's carrot cake. So we have tea and cake to share at the end of the puja as well. So this is all our offerings back here as well. There is a part in the puja where we stop a moment and make all the offerings. So most of us know how to do the puja, but there is a few places where we'll stop and do offering meditation and rejoicing meditation according to Lama Zopa Rinpoche's wishes. To make it a bit more powerful, a bit more meditative. But otherwise, we do read through. It's a sutra, it's a sutra that was, given to read. And just by reading as well, chanting the names, we create so much benefit and protection from the medicine Buddhas. So nice to see Dawn here. Hi, Dawn. Visiting teacher at LMB. Wonderful. Okay, so let's all take a couple of minutes just to settle our mind. Again, we're all here, we're all being motivated to come to pray for Ingrid's, passage through the Bardo. I mean, ideally she's in the Pure Lands already, spontaneously born from a lotus. That's ideal. Or something like that, from whatever, our main deity practice. So Paula, maybe just some motivation, my friend Paula, most of us know Ninja Paula. She had a dream that she was with Ingrid. I can't remember where the place was, but they were together. And she asked Ingrid if she would like some tea. And Ingrid said, I don't need that anymore. So, yeah, hopefully that's a sign she's in the Pure Land or somewhere, where she's got much more bliss and joy than ordinary pleasures, But we don't know for sure. But anyway, we create that wish and hope right now in this puja, treating the karmic, helping her with the causes and conditions to be in that place or go to that place as soon as possible. And for other beings in our lives, I'm sure there's so much healing needed in the world right now. So encompassing all that in these pujas and prayers for all beings. Nature incorporating the entire body, speech, mind, qualities and activity. So we need to put it on the screen share, sorry. Oh, sorry. Take two. Stop share. I have to stop share and start again. Okay. Okay, stop share. Almost. Right. Good. Right. Now take two, yeah. Nature incorporating the entire body, speech, mind, qualities, and activity of all the Tathagatas of the three times and 10 directions. Source of 84,000 collections of Dharmas, Lord of all Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the kind and glorious holy root and lineage gurus. I seek refuge in the completely enlightened Lord Buddhas. I seek refuge in the holy Dharma. I seek refuge in the Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the 8 brothers gone to bliss, the Lord Medicine Buddhas with their hosts of retinue deities. I seek refuge in the glorious holy protectors, Dharma protector guardians endowed with a wisdom eye. Nature incorporating the entire body, speech, mind, qualities, and activity of all the Tathagatas of the three times and 10 directions. Source of 84,000 collections of Dharmas, Lord of all Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the kind and glorious holy root and lineage gurus. I seek refuge in the completely enlightened Lord Buddhas. I seek refuge in the holy Dharma. I seek refuge in the Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the 8 brothers gone to bliss, the Lord Medicine Buddhas with their hosts of retinue deities. I seek refuge in the glorious holy protectors, Dharma protector guardians endowed with the wisdom eye. Nature incorporating the entire body, speech, mind, qualities, and activity of all the Tathagatas of the three times and 10 directions. Source of 84,000 collections of Dharmas, Lord of all Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the kind and glorious holy root and lineage gurus. I seek refuge in the completely enlightened Lord Buddhas. I seek refuge in the holy Dharma. I seek refuge in the Arya Sangha. I seek refuge in the 8 brothers gone to bliss, the Lord Medicine Buddhas with their hosts of retinue deities. I seek refuge in the glorious holy protectors, Dharma protector guardians endowed with the wisdom eye. Sangye chudan soge chognam la chanchu bardu dagni kyapsu chi dagi chin soge be sonam ge droda penjir sangye drupar shu sangye chudan soge chognam la chanchu bardu dagni kyapsu chi Dagi chinso gibe sonamgi drula penjir sange druparshog. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. All sentient beings who, although self and all appearances are Dhammadhatu by nature, have not realized it thus. I shall endow with happiness and the causes of happiness. I shall separate from suffering and the causes of suffering. I shall make inseparable from happiness without suffering, and I shall set in equanimity the cause of well-being, free from attachment, aversion, and partiality. Let's spend a moment, rather than reciting 3 times, just thinking about creating seeds for the 4 immeasurables gone through contemplation. For the welfare of all mother sentient beings, I need to attain complete Buddhahood. Therefore, I'm going to engage in the stages of the path, such as prostrating, making offerings and heartfelt requests, entreating the holy minds to grant blessings, to the 8 brothers gone to bliss, the Lord Medicine Buddhas with their hosts of retinue deities. Through the power of the supreme truth of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas' blessings, the might of the 2 collections, and the purity of the Dharma Dhatu, may this realm's beings and environment be enriched like Sukhavati, with all the desirable perfections of both samsara and nirvana. Jewel ground adorned with trees and with ponds, whose bottoms are covered with gold, silver, and pearl dust, flowers strewn and sandalwood fragrance rising, human and divine enjoyments, Samantabhadra's offerings everywhere. There, in the centre of a charming jewel palace, on lotuses and lion thrones, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas abide. May everywhere be filled with oceans of clouds of offerings which they enjoy, born through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasattva Tathagata Arati Samyak Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Vajri Vajri Maha Vajri Maha Teja Vajri Maha Vija Vajri Maha Bodhi Chitta Vajri Maha Bodhi Mendo Pasam Kramana Vajri Savakama Avarana Vishodana Vajri Soha Om Namo Bhagavati Vajrasava Pamadani Tathagataya Arati Samyak Sambudaya Tayata Om Vajri Vajri Maha Teja Vajri Maha Vija Vajri Maha Bodhi Chitta Vajri Maha Bodhi Mendo Pasam Kramana Vajri Savakama Avarana Vishodana Vajri Soha Om Namo Bhagavati Vajra Sava Pamadani Tathagataya Arati Samyak Sambudaya Tayata Om Vajri Vajri Maha Teja Vajri Maha Vija Vajri Bodhicitta Vajri Maha Bodhi Mendo Pasam Kramana Vajri Savakama Avarana Vishodana Vajri Soha. By the power of truth of the three rare sublime ones, the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the great wealth of the completed two collections, and the sphere of phenomena being pure and inconceivable, may these piles of clouds of offerings arising through transformation by the Bodhisattvas, Arya, Samantabhadra, Manjushri, and so forth, unimaginable and inexhaustible, equaling the sky, arise in the eyes of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, be received. Oneme gombo seden de shedun tuwandam chojansem tadochi 다소 겹질 공갸 분연두 첸렌디 셰덴소 진락소 Root Guru, whose kindness is without equal, King of the Shakyas, Manjushri, Shantarakshita, and so on, holding in their hands this profound sutra, to the direct and lineage gurus I prostrate. To the compassionate ones who liberate destitute beings, seven Sagatas, Buddha Shakyamuni, and Holy Dharma, Manjushri, Kabdol, Vajrapani, Brahmani, Shvara, and the Maharajas and Yakshas I prostrate. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantras, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech, and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Great Bhagavan, assembly, pray listen, seven Sagatas, just as you promised. Your previous prayers will be fulfilled during the final period of Shakyamuni's teachings. Pray show me in actuality it is true. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent signs, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent signs, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent signs, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent signs, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent signs, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent signs, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent signs, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. So we just stop for a moment here. Lama Zopiram used to stop and just, this is the golden medicine Buddha, feeling like he's totally hearing our request for Ingrid, for, so the other beings in our life, for the world. and kind of accepts, all these prayers ripen on her and all beings in ourselves. Golden in colour with mudra of granting refuge, who accomplished 8 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations, glorious one in the Buddha field, unconquered by others, to renown glorious King of excellent signs I prostrate, in flowers of the major marks flourishing and pure, anthers of minor signs, such a beautiful body, one who sees, hears, or thinks of you is glorified, to renown glorious King of excellent signs I prostrate. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech, and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. So we just stop for a moment here, meditate on offering, prostrating. If you're comfortable putting your hands at your heart, prostrate, offer. So we have the beautiful offerings set out on the table here, all the 8 types of offerings, water, flowers, incense, lights, extensive and all over the Gompa. So we just prostrate and offer them to Medicine Buddha, all the Medicine Buddhas, all the 10 directions, statues, stupas, scriptures. In aspect, statues, stupas, scriptures, in essence are, guru, spiritual guide. Prostrate, offer, and then they get blissed out. That's a meditation. Through the force of hearing the Conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering, may all sentient beings such as ourselves be freed from epidemics, execution, criminals, and spirits, have faculties fully complete, have the continuum of suffering and negativities cut, not fall to lower realms, and experience the happiness of humans and gods. With hunger, thirst, and poverty pacify, may there be wealth. Without torments of bodies such as bindings and beatings, without harm of tigers, lions, and snakes, with conflict pacified, endowed with loving minds, and relieved from fear as flood as well, may we pass to fearless bliss. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, qualities complete. Become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors, such as renowned, glorious King of excellent signs, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon and lotus, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon and lotus, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon and lotus, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon and lotus, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon and lotus, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon and lotus, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon and lotus, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Again, just visualizing that yellow medicine Buddha, protecting, taking care of Ingrid. Yellow in colour with mudra of granting the Supreme, who accomplished 8 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations. Glorious one of the Buddha field, endowed with jewels, I prostrate to King a melodious sound. Well adorned with jewel, moon, and lotus, wisdom expanded and mastery of all noble objects, endowed with a mind as deep as the ocean, I prostrate at the feet of King a melodious sound. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech, and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. So we stop here and do rejoicing. So, first we can, we rejoice in Ingrid's life, So I think we all have something, some special qualities that we can see in Ingrid that we feel attraction to, happy about in her, things she achieved in her life or qualities of mind. So just taking a moment to rejoice and feel happy about that. For all sentient beings, such as ourselves, may the distracted flourish in the Dharma, have wealth. Oh, sorry, did I miss something there? Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering. For all sentient beings such as ourselves, may the distracted flourish in the Dharma, have wealth and goods of humans and gods, without torment at conception, be always born human, never be separated from bodhicitta, increase in virtuous Dharma, purify obscurations, and attain the happiness of humans and gods. May we be freed from being separated from the spiritual guide, from dark ages, spirit harm, death, and enemies, and from the dangers of isolated places. May we have enthusiasm for making offerings and performing ritual services. May lesser beings have samadhi, mindfulness, strength, the dharani of non-forgetfulness, and attain supreme wisdom. May our tormenting fires be cooled, and when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, qualities complete. Become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors such as King, a melodious sound, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel, who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel, who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel, who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel, who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel, who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel, who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, stainless excellent gold, great jewel, who accomplishes all vows, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Golden in colour like the river Zambu with Dharma teaching mudra, having accomplished 4 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations, glorious one of the Buddha field, incense filled, I prostrate to stainless excellent gold, paramount among golds like the gold of the river Zambu, blazing with more radiance than 1,000 suns, body like a stainless golden stupa, I prostrate to stainless excellent gold. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech, and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. So we do the offering again. Just going to alternate a few times with offering. Because so many people have offered these amazing flowers, lights, you know, even the smell, the food, the cakes. I mean, so we just prostrate offer and imagine it like a banquet. Delicious taste, like, and divine smell. Prostrate offer, and all the Buddhas get satisfied with bliss, including ourselves. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering. For all sentient beings such as ourselves, may the short live gain longevity, the poor full wealth. May combatants come to have loving minds, may we not be without training and fall to the lower realms, but be bound by our vows and never without bodhicitta. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, qualities complete. Become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors, such as stainless excellent gold, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Light red in colour, with mudra of meditative equipoise, who accomplished 4 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations, glorious one of the Buddha field without sorrow, I prostrate to supreme glory free from sorrow. Past beyond sorrow, attain to supreme bliss, pacifier of sentient beings, free poisons and sufferings, protector of beings of the 6 realms, to the glorified one, supreme glory, free from sorrow, I prostrate. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech, dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. So again, just taking a moment to rejoice, since it's Ingrid's life. I mean, just being ordained for, I don't know, 40 years. You know, having taken bodhisattva vows, tantric vows, doing so many retreats. She went, I mean, she had the incredible karma to go so many retreats with Lama Zopa Rinpoche, teachings with His Holiness. So things that some of us would dream to be able to do that, you know. It's good to rejoice that she had that life, that lifestyle. Maybe we'll have that in the future if we haven't had it. So just the lifestyle she had was unbelievable, you know, so fortunate. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering, for all sentient beings such as ourselves, may sorrow and the like always be pacified, and life be long and happy. May the conqueror's light increase bliss and joy in the hills. May we have brightness, beauty, and wealth unharmed by spirits. May we have love for each other, and may there be no disease. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, qualities complete. Become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors such as supreme glory, free from sorrow, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Pink in colour, with mudra of teaching the Dharma, who accomplished 4 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations. Glorious one, the Buddha field, victory banner of Dharma. I prostrate to melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma. Great sound of Dharma, conquering adversaries, endowed with speech as deep as the ocean. Pacifier of beings suffering without exception, I prostrate to melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech, and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. So maybe we can think about the flower offerings. You know, we've got beautiful flowers here, but Ingrid she made like breathtaking flower arrangements. Really like took your breath away, like, I mean, that was her karma to go around and make these amazing flower arrangements for the gurus. So she did travel, but she just made these. She worked hard day and night making these, take your, yeah, I don't know how else to express your breathtaking flower arrangements. Really incredible. Incredible artist. So maybe we can remember some of them. Prostrate offer, filling the sky, and delighting all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering, for all sentient beings such as ourselves, may we always have perfect view and faith. Hear the sound of Dharma and be enriched with bodhicitta. For the sake of resources, may we give up negativities, may wealth increase. May we abide in love, have long lives, and be content. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, qualities complete. Become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors, such as melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offering, go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Coral coloured with mudra of granting the Supreme, who accomplished 4 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations, glorious one of the Buddha field, ocean of jewels, I prostrate to King of clear knowing. Mind a profound Dharma wisdom, difficult to fathom, sporting in the pure sphere of truth, one who sees all noble objects directly, I prostrate to King of clear knowing. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech, and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. So again, rejoicing in Ingrid's life. So the other thing, I mean, I just recall it. She taught, I met her actually when she was tutoring His Eminence Ling Rinpoche in English. So that's precious to have that opportunity. Some of us here might have had that opportunity to create, you know, to work with the young lamas in some way or any lama. But that sort of cemented her connection, I think, with Ling Rinpoche at a young age, from him being a young age, you know. So how wonderful it is to have that karma with such a high lama. Through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering, for all sentient beings such as ourselves, may the distracted be free of malice, enriching goods. May those in evil paths to lower realms attain the 10 virtues. May those controlled by others gain perfect independence. All have long life, hear the names, and be virtuous. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, qualities complete. Become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors, such as King of clear knowing, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of lapis light, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Blue in colour, with mudra of granting the supreme, who accomplished 12 prayers, majestic with the glory of 2 accumulations. Glorious one of the Buddha field, lapis light, I prostrate to medicine guru, king of doctors. Bhagavan, with equal compassion for all, whose name we merely heard, dispels the suffering of lower realms. Dispeller of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to medicine Buddha, lapis light. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech, and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. So just one more time, we do the limb of offering on Ingrid's behalf, offering everything here and what we can imagine and visualize. Through the force of hearing the Conqueror's name, expressing it, remembering, prostrating, and offering, may each and every sentient being, such as ourselves, all become like you, graced with marks and signs. May the light dispelling darkness, the enjoyment of wisdom and skillful means be inexhaustible. May those attracted to mistaken and lesser paths enter Mahayana paths, and all be beautified by their vows. May we be free from pain caused by immorality, be complete in faculties and of abundant goods. May those disillusioned with the weakest conditions always have powerful faculties, and may we be freed from Mara's noose and perverse viewpoints. May those tormented by kings gain bliss, and those who out of hunger support themselves through negativity be satisfied with food received in accordance with the Dharma. May hardships of heat and cold be pacified, and all good wishes be fulfilled. Endow with morality that pleases the Aryas, may we be liberated. And when we pass away from this life, may we be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, qualities complete. Become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors such as Medicine Guru, King of Doctors, and cause them delight. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offering go for refuge. Please may the pledges you made ripen upon myself and all sentient beings right now. May all my pure prayers succeed immediately. Golden in colour, with earth-pressing mudra, who through the force of unique great compassion and enthusiasm became the glorious one of this, the fearless-willed system. I prostrate to the supreme leader, head of the Shakyas. Born in the Shakya lineage out of skillful means and compassion, unchallenged by others, conqueror of Mara's forces, body majestic as a golden Mount Meru, I prostrate to the king of the Shakyas. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech, and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. So those of you, one more time, rejoicing. Another thing, another quality English, she was really good at cooking. I mean, she was good at all the arts. You know, drawing, cooking, flower arranging. I mean, she was good at all that. But she did have the opportunity also to cook for the lamas, you know, on a lot of occasions. So that's also very precious. to be able to cook for your guru, you know, so very powerful merit. So how wonderful it is, you know, she had all these opportunities around the lamas to create merit, purify. Pray bless us and all beings who lack a protector to receive here immediately without exception the benefits as taught by the Supreme Teacher in the extensive sutra ritual of Medicine Buddha. Supreme lamp, dispelling the darkness of ignorance, foremost of medicines, alleviating suffering and disease, to the entire sublime jewel of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Supreme lamp, dispelling the darkness of ignorance, foremost of medicines, alleviating suffering and disease, to the entire sublime jewel of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Supreme lamp, dispelling the darkness of ignorance, foremost of medicines, alleviating suffering and disease, to the entire sublime jewel of Dharma, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. Homage to the Mother, the victorious ones, perfection of wisdom and holy Dharma, the three vehicles, who totally destroys the dark seed of suffering's cause and uproots the pain of suffering completely. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech, and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Through the blessings of the truth of the holy Dharma jewel, may I and all others henceforth in all our lives practice the Buddha's teachings in their entirety exactly as the Buddha's intended. The Conqueror's Heart commitments were invoked by 36,000 sons of Sagatas, including Manjushri, Kabdral, and Vajrapani, thus requested to proclaim the sutra's benefits. Pray manifest all of them for me here and now, and to the worldly protector Yaksha leaders as well, as you promised to do before previous teachers, to stop enemies, harmers, and epidemics, pacify all conflict, and increase physical and mental bliss, increase wealth, power, property, crops, and lifespan, accomplish these desired goals as we wish, and always protect us without break. Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bejura Prabharatsaya Tathagataya Arati Samyak Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rasa Samugati Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bejura Prabharatsaya Tathagataya Arati Samyak Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugati Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bejura Prabharatsaya Tathagataya Arati Samyak Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugati Soha Tayata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugati Soha Tayata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugati Soha Tayata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugati Soha Tayata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugati Soha Tayata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugati Soha Tayata Om Beganze, Beganze, Maha Beganze, Beganze, Raza Samogadi Soha, Tayata, Om Beganze, Beganze, Maha Beganze. Ayada Om Beganze, Beganze, Maha Beganze, Beganze, Raza Samogati Soha. Root Guru, whose kindness without equal, King of the Shakyas, Manjushri, Shantarakshita, and so on, holding in their hands this profound sutra, to direct and lineage gurus I prostrate, to the compassionate ones who liberate destitute beings, to the seven Sagatas, Buddha Shakyamuni and Holy Dharma, to Manjushri, Kabdro, Vajrapani, Brahmanishvara, and the Maharajas and Yakshas I prostrate. I make every collection of offerings actually arranged and emanated through the force of mantra, samadhi, and aspiration. I confess all downfalls and negativities, rejoice in virtues, request and beseech, and dedicate such virtues as these to the great enlightenment. Whatever I have done or caused to be done that was unprepared or degenerated or done with my deluded mind, please be patient with all of these. Whatever the beings of this degenerate age have done of lesser merit mixed with ignorant delusions that did not fulfill the Arya's wishes, please be patient with these as well. Under the influence of miserliness, lacking in skill, having made bad offerings or faulty arrangements, O Protector endowed with great compassion, please be patient with these as well. Whatever was superfluous or left undone, degeneration in parts of the ritual, or whatever was forgotten, please be patient with these as well. By remaining here together with this image, for the sake of all migrators, may you grant us long life without illness, power, and supreme attainment. Om Supradishta Vajraye Soha. So now we're going to do the King of Prayers. I'm going to find it, 3, 4, something. No. I'll have to scroll. Give me a minute. Somewhere here. Oh, yeah, it's a different prayer book. Sorry. Here we go. Got it. Yeah, got it here. Okay. Can you see it? You can't see that? I just changed. It's not. I might have to stop the share and start again. Make sure they have it on there. Let's try one more time. Okay, good. So in the Gold book, it's Gold book 149 in the Gold book. 249. Okay, let's just take a breath. It's a lot of recitation. We'll have a PP break after this, yeah, before we share. We're all getting older, so it's kind of hard, isn't it, to last too long. So we probably need that before the story sharing. Some people are going already, but okay. So the extraordinary aspiration of the practice of Samanta Bhadra. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri, you langs among humans gone to freedom in the present, past, and future. In the worlds of 10 directions, to all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. On every atom are Buddhas, numberless as atoms, each amidst a host of bodhisattvas, and confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you and oceans of sounds from the aspect of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense I offer to you, victorious ones. Fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru. All wondrous offerings in spectacular array I offer to you, victorious ones. With transcendent offerings peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I have done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and confusion, all these I openly lay bare before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers, hearers still training, and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You are the bright lights of worlds in 10 directions who have attained a Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening. All you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for eons numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight positive potential I may have created by paying homage, offering, and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing in the questing that the Buddhas stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for full awakening. May you Buddhas now living in the worlds of 10 directions, and all you gone to freedom in the past accept my offerings. May those not yet arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with bodhisattvas surrounding Buddhas gathered beneath a Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering my past lives and all varieties of existence, may I practice the Bodhisattva way, and thus in each cycle of death, migration, and birth, may I always abandon the householder's life. Then, following in the footsteps of all the Buddhas and perfecting the practice of a bodhisattva, may always act without error or compromise, with ethical discipline faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of gods and every language of spirits and nagas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating the 6 paramitas, and never forget bodhicitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negativity and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse all my lives in the world free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces. Just as a lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's wave, just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky. May I ease the suffering in the lower realms and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe. May I guide all wanderers of samsara to the pure bliss of awakening and be of worldly benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for eons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, acting in harmony with the varied dispositions of beings, showing the ways of a bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mine, may we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor and never displease that excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, mastered and circled by bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for eons to come, may I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of a bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future eons. While cycling through all states of existence, may I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom I shall see Buddha fields, numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas among bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving this in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddha fields, each an ocean of 3 times Buddhas in the space of a wisp of hair. So I too will practice for an ocean of eons. Thus I'm continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, expression that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word. the completely pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the varied tendencies of beings. With strength of understanding, I plunge into the infinite enlightened speech of the Dharma, of all Buddhas and the 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future eons, and I will enter into all eons of the 3 times in but a fraction of a second. On one instant I shall see all those awakened beings, past, present, and future lines among humans, and with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the ray of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the ray of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation, the power to lead to the great vehicle through every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms, the power of all surpassing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi, may I achieve the perfect power of awakening, purifying the power of all contaminated actions, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at their root, diffusing the power of interfering forces. I shall perfect the power of the bodhisattva practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds, may I free an ocean of beings, may I clearly see an ocean of Dharma, and may I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom. May I purify an ocean of activities, may I fulfill an ocean of aspirations, may I make offerings to an ocean of Buddhas, and may I practice without discouragement for an ocean of eons. To awaken fully through this bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations of the awakening practice of all Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times everywhere. In order to practice exactly as the wise one called Samantabhadra, all-embracing good, the elder brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas, I completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as the skillful Samantabhadra with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields. I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri for this bodhisattva practice of all-embracing good, to perfect these practices without discouragement or pause in all future eons. May my pure activities be endless, my good qualities boundless, and through abiding in immeasurable activity may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space, likewise limitless are living beings. Thus limitless are karma and afflictions. May my aspirations reach be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas all wealth and adornments of infinite worlds in 10 directions, and one may offer during eons numberless as atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears this extraordinary aspiration, and longing for highest awakening, gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way will be free of all lower rebirths, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha infinite light. And even in this very human life, they will be nourished by happiness and of all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they will become like Samantabhadra himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the 5 boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family, attributes, and appearance, they will be invincible to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all the 3 worlds will make offerings. Going quickly to the noble body tree and sitting there to benefit sentient beings, subduing all interfering forces, they will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. Have no doubt that complete awakening is the fully ripened result, comprehended only by a Buddha, of holding in mind by teaching, reading, and reciting this aspiration of the Bodhisattva practice. In order to train just like the hero Manjushri who knows reality as it is, and just like Samantabhadra as well, I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they did. With that dedication, which is praised as greatest by all the Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times, I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainments of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscurations and directly perceiving Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure land of great joy. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, fulfilling them all without exception for the benefit of beings for as long as this world endures. Born from an extremely beautiful superlative lotus, in this joyful land, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received a prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions, with a billion emanations by the power of wisdom. Through even the small virtue I've accumulated by offering this prayer, the Bodhisattva practice, may all the positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant. Through creating limitless positive potential by dedicating this prayer as Samantabhadra's deeds, may all beings drowning in this torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, helping infinite wanderers of samsara, through the accomplishment of the scripture dazzling with Samantabhadra's practice, may suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. Okay, so is that moving? Oh, good, it's moving this time. So we're just going to do the last, go down a little bit. We've did quite extensive. We just do the last auspicious verse for the Medicine Buddha Puja and a couple of dedications, and then we'll do Lama Zopa's swift return. So we're on the last verse of the auspicious verse. I don't know what page that is in your book. Back to the Medicine Buddha Puja. Which page number? Accomplished through the compassion mantra. It's up on the screen as well. 133. 133. Accomplished through the compassion mantra of the Sagatas, through faith, samadhi, and words of truth, construction of jewels, abode of the three jewels beyond the three realms, through the auspiciousness of all collected good qualities of that supreme Buddha field equal to Sukhavati, may all negativity and degeneration be ended, and bliss and goodness increasing like the waxing moon. May it be auspicious to enjoy the glory of perfection. Ogevadi yenyuruda lama sange gyurne drowa jigyan malupade sala Gobar Shui Janju Sencho Rinpoche Magi Panam Yegyurshi Yewa Nyamba Mebaya Gone Gondu Pelwar Shuk. His Holiness' long life prayer. Maybe a page on or so. Ganri rawe korwe jingam dir pendan dewa malu jungwe ne chenre ze wan zen zen yatso ye shape si te bardu dengyur chi. And then in your booklet for Lama Zopa Rinpoche's swift return prayers, we'll do the one composed by His Holiness. Page 5. Healest teacher and assembly of the children of the victorious one, Shravakas and Prachika Buddhas, victorious Losam, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings, through explanation and practice, you wore the armour of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable Venerable Guru, to you I make request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and for mother living beings you suddenly departed to peace, what a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and the great waves of bodhicitta, the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. All right, so do we need a few minutes? No, we're good. Yes, no, we're okay. We're okay. Okay. So now, I mean, I did try to mention a few things about Ingrid, our qualities, but it'd be nice to hear from everyone. Any stories? There's so many good friends here, Ingrid. So we're going to, and also for those online, if you want to share something, maybe you can mention in the chat and you can organize on the line. Yeah, if you want to put it onto, can you put it onto the view on there for us to see everyone online, gallery view? Okay, we have Elaine here's going to start.
Go ahead and give it a little mic check. Sounding good.
Yeah, yeah, good. So it's open.
Yes. No.
Not yet. It's not yet. Do you want to turn mine off? Does that help? Is it turned on? Mm. You got another one?
Channel 2.
Okay, yeah, here you go. Great.
Just very briefly, Venerable Ingrid would come to Pujas all the time, but at Rajapani Institute, we once in a while would have a band. You know, the band would play. And it was fabulous because the two of us liked to jitterbug. So she would have her.
Very, very hard to hear.
Okay, sorry. So I'm just rejoicing in my ability to dance with Venerable Ingrid. She was a fabulous dancer, and I could just imagine what she must have been like as a very young woman. Very attractive on the island of Greece, doing her beauty. Anyway, that's all.
I have one story. I'll just do through here. Can you hear me now online? I'm sure, yeah, because I'm on the main thing. So one time, it wasn't that long ago, we used to have these monastic conferences here with the different traditions, you know. So, and Ingrid must have been in her mid-70s or something at that time. And I remember we were all down in the Pine Room and I was sitting next to Somo and Ingrid was kind of over there and there was a bhikshuni from the Theravadan tradition giving a presentation. And I kept looking over and Ingrid's like dozing off, you know, falling asleep. She's in it, it's fair enough, you know. So she was asleep for most of the presentation. And then at the end, I think Ingrid sort of woke up and then they decided to pair off and talk about the discussion, what they had discussed. And so and I are just looking, and somehow Ingrid got paired with the nun who gave the presentation, So she comes over to Somo and I, and she's like, what did she talk about? You know? And she was like, the next thing is she was laughing at herself because she had a good sense of humor about herself, so she was kind of laughing because she'd fallen asleep and then she somehow got paired with the nun who had given the presentation. She'd been sleeping all the way through, so it's like, and we have these monastics with different traditions. So, I mean, you want to kind of give a sort of half decent impression, and she'd like fallen asleep. So, I don't know, we gave her some summary or something, but she was she was kind of laughing at herself about it. It was quite sweet. She had a good sense of humor, yeah. Anyone else?
I'll add on to that one.
She was 83. Yes, she was 83. She would have been 84 in January. So, but yeah, she was July. Sorry, July. Yeah, July. She was a cancer. Each time we tea, it would bring joy to my. Somebody loved her and dancing energy. Beth. Yeah, yeah. That's what Elaine was saying as well. Yeah. Does anyone else want to share a wee story or
And-
something? Yeah.
I can add to that one.
Okay. Online. Okay. Venerable Zangmo.
Yes. It follows what you were saying, Angie. One time we were at a teaching and she was sitting in a chair and I was on the right of her on the floor. And I kept looking at her and it looked like she was asleep, but she looked really pale. And I kept I'm a registered nurse, so I was concerned about this. So I kept looking at her and she really wasn't even breathing. So I reached over to touch her hand or her arm, and she felt really wet and clammy, which is a sign of heart problems. So I took my water bottle and I poured it over her head, like sort of like an emergency situation. And in fact, someone else was concerned about her and they called 911. So she woke up quickly when I poured that water over her, and she had to be assessed outside by by emergency technicians, and they decided she was okay. But she kept good humor about that for the rest of our relationships. You know, we talked about it often.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
I have
Anyone
story.
else?
Yes. I first met her, I think about 20 years ago at Deer Park Buddhist Center. And I was new to Deer Park at that time. And she was a very good storyteller. And I love all her story. And she was, at that time, Geshe Sopa was still alive, and we were doing long life puja for him, and she was put in charge of making all the precious items. Yeah. And so I was like a puppy hanging around her. You know, I was very happy to help her do whatever, you know, run errands, fetch stuff. And in between, she would be telling me lots of stories. And yeah, and one time she was telling me about how she came to have her name, and yeah, it was really funny. So that's how I remember her. Yeah.
I think Megan, yeah, thank you. I think Megan said you have a few stories, Megan, in the chat. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, B. That really brought a lot of light to my heart. And I was like a puppy around Venerable Ingrid for many years. I met her in 2016. I led a retreat at Land of Medicine Buddha and requested a Dharma talk, and the person on staff wasn't there, so they brought Venerable Ingrid in. And that night she came in the dining hall to have some dinner, and she told me a huge story about her birds. She loved nature and she loved birds, and she would feed them on her little porch, and about the crows. And another time she told me this fantastic story about fruit bugs, little what do you call it? Little gnats. And she had a gnat attack in her kitchen, and how she collected each gnat one by one, and it took her several weeks to get all the gnats out of the kitchen. But she was obviously a venerable and honored these rules. And so I was so moved by her and her Dharma talk, and like B said, followed her like a puppy. I invited her to come to Orange County and do Dharma talks for a week and stay with us. So that was the first year she came to us in the spring. And there was this beautiful venerable coming out of the airport in her robes. And this was very new to me. I never met a venerable before. And she stayed in our home, and our dreams that week were just phenomenal. And she blended right in. We had a puppy. She loved the puppy. My daughter had a little hamster, and she would teach Venerable. At night, she would help my daughter with her French, because Venerable spoke fluent French. And then my husband, who didn't want to chant, she decided that she would ask my husband to make a recording so she could chant Om Padme Hum to my husband. So my husband would hear the Om Padme Hum, and perhaps he might like enjoying the chant. And she affected all of us. And I remember one day I came home, she was cooking because I worked a lot back then, and she was making dinner. And there the little hamster was out of its cage under her robes. And everywhere she moved, the little hamster moved under her robes. And the dog was sitting in the kitchen watching her cook. And I came home, and my daughter and I and my husband, and we were like, oh my gosh, where's Honey? Where's Honey? Where'd Honey go? She goes, oh, she needs to be free. She's under my robes. And she walked around the house, and the little hamster lived under her robes that day. It was so touching, and we were so joyful. And then the following year, of course, when I would bring a group to land the Medicine Buddha, I would invite her to come to the retreat for many years, over 10 years, actually. And then another year, I got a call from her, His Holiness, the Dalai Lama's coming. Holiness, the Dalai is coming to Orange County. And we're like, oh. And she goes, I'm coming down. We're coming down. And he was to open a temple, I think it was in Westminster. Well, she got tickets. So we got there at like 6 in the morning. And at this point, Venerable Ingrid's health began to descend a bit. So she walked with a cane. She wasn't as vigor. She still had vigor in her heart and mind, but her body began to shift a bit. And my friend and I, we took her to see His Holiness. And she's like, we walked her to the gate where the venerables and monks got in. And she's here, stay here. You're part of my Sangha. Stay here. I'm going to get you a ticket. And we stayed there. We waited for about an hour, and she came back, and she got us little Sangha tickets. And we came in, and we sat in the third row. And, I don't know if you know this about Venerable Ingrid, but she was a feminist. She really believed and celebrate her being who she was. And there was like a woman sitting here, and then 5 chairs later over here was a woman, but the women monks, the women venerables were scattered. It was a rainy day. And we were 3 rows away from His Holiness, and we're all waiting for His Holiness to come out and anticipating. And there's a lot of murmur amongst the Sangha, like women go to the back, women, and Venerable's like, don't move, don't move. And then another Venerable over to the side is like, don't move. We deserve to be here too. We sat, we held our ground. It started to rain. It was the most magical. John, I think were you there, John, in Orange County? You look familiar to me.
John?
John McCahan?
No.
That wasn't you. Okay. So another man came up to us and said, he looks similar to you. And he's like, oh, you know Venerable Ingrid? I know Venerable Ingrid. And he had stories just like my stories, because she was not shy. She loved people, and she loved to explain what a venerable is. And she loved to teach. She had this gorgeous way of teaching Buddhism. So suddenly it began to rain a little bit. And like every 5 monks held up an umbrella, so that everyone could see. No one's view was blocked, but everyone stayed dry. And it was the most magical afternoon, sitting with the Venerable and sitting with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. But I just want to tell one more story. I mean, I could tell a lot of stories, because she came many years and stayed with us. And I would open small groups at Yoga Works and other yoga studios, so people could understand who Venerable Ingrid was, what the teachings were. When Venerable went to get surgery, I had offered to come care for her for a couple of days. So I got to stay with her. And she had a hospital bed, so she stayed in her living room, and she had me sleep in her room. And she had a very beautiful, humble apartment. And the first night, and I have a history of night terrors, and that I outgrew. But the first night there, all over her apartment was His Holiness the Dalai Lama and different monks and everything. It was very vibrational. It was like spending the night in the Gaba, but even more. Like there was no space on her walls. It was just covered. And her altar, she had this huge dragon. And I remember going to sleep at night, and suddenly in the middle of the night, I saw the dragon move through the altar like a snake across. And I went, and Venerable said, Meg, are you okay? Because she was in the other room. And I said, yeah, I just think I saw your dragon move. She goes, yeah, that's okay. It moves at night. So anyhow, that was my Venerable story of that wherever she went, she led this path of magic and kindness and love. And I'm so thankful for her. She taught me how to find peace of mind, or practice peace of mind during meditation. She really changed my life, and she changed many other students' lives in my circle. So
Thank you, Megan. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. So I'll just Nancy mentions here, Venerable Ingrid really enjoyed the Greek festival. I mean, she lived in Greece for many years, so she knew all the special dances and participated enthusiastically. You should have heard her call out Opa Opa, Opa, yeah. Opa. Nancy, do you want to elaborate on that at all, or that's it? Nancy, is she here? No, no. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, Lenny. Great.
What I will remember Ingrid for, Venerable Ingrid, is she was the queen of flower offering. She was the prima donna of the florist shop. And at Vajrapane in the kitchen, there's a very large table. And she would spread out with baskets and buckets of flowers. And she made the most exquisite flower arrangements.
Mm.
Nobody could come near. And she incredible mess in her right.
She definitely needed volunteers, you know, and then yeah, but it was mind blowing what she made, you know.
She was an artist.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
So that's what I remember her for. She outside the gonpa, she painted in the driveway the 8 auspicious symbols, and just beautiful. And I, to this day, walk around them and do everything I can not to step on them.
Yeah.
'Cause they're so holy.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, she was incredible with the flower arrangements. Even people who were flower arrangers herself, I have one friend who's great at flower arrangements, but she learned for Ingrid how, you know, like another level. And I think she didn't study that. It's just like her natural, it's just her natural artistic talent, you know? Yeah, she was incredible. I learned what very little I know from just watching Ingrid, but it's nothing close, but it's a tiny bit, you know? Anyone else want to share something? I mean, there's a few people here who spent quite a bit of time with her. But
I'd
maybe
like to,
they're the
I'm
Becky
online.
Lee, thank you.
Yeah.
Becky Lee.
Yeah, just a quickie. I remember doing the Vajrasattva retreat with Lama Zopa Rinpoche at Land of Medicine. And sitting beside Robina with her amazing mandala set. But Ingrid was in front of both of us. And though I didn't know her well, just spending 3 months right behind her in an intensive retreat like that was her diligence, her posture, her commitment. Yeah, it was just very I was a newer nun then, so it was very influential.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think she continued to do that through her early 70s, you know. I mean, the last retreat, I think she was probably like 2019 with Rimshape Vajrayogini, she was still doing the flowers. So she would have been like mid-70s, up in the night, doing flowers, and I think that was probably the last two. I'm pretty sure she went for that one and was doing flowers. But even well into her early 70s, she'd be up all night doing flowers. It's not just making them; you have to take them down and then clean the water every day. She'd do the whole thing, cutting them, dipping them in this water, cutting them here. I mean, she did. It was a whole, not just the arrangement, but then taking care of it so it would last like for 1-2 weeks through. So it was a huge amount of work at that level, at that level of care. Anyone else? So I wanted to, sorry, was there another hand? Because okay, there is someone else, yeah. Great.
I want to start off by saying I had the great pleasure and fortune of meeting Ingrid just by chance, quote unquote chance, outside a cafe. There was a French language meetup about to happen. And I remember seeing this robed nun, a cold, windy day, bare-armed, sitting in a chair outside the cafe. And I thought, wow, she's hardy. And this was maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago, perhaps, but maybe 8. And thinking, wow, this is really interesting. I'm going to learn to see if there's a French language meetup, and here's this nun. So I walked up to her and I said hello, and said hello, and kind of cool, sort of a distant hello, and she was looking off at the distance. I said, would you know if the French language meetup is happening here? She said, oh, yes, it's happening here. I'm waiting for a friend. We're going to meet here for this. And at a certain moment, I felt the chill of the wind. Here I had a heavy wool jacket on, and here she's bare armed in the wind, sitting outside the cafe, waiting for her friend. And I said, so would you like to have a tea or a coffee? Shall we go in? We went in, and sure enough, her friend was sitting inside the cafe already. And the French conversational group was happening. And that day, there was some mysterious timing and bond that connected us, and over the years brought us together over and over again, whether in the face of loss or grief. And she would take the time to teach me the prayers and the mantras, or whether it was birthday parties, and she'd be sparkling and making everybody laugh, and or telling me stories about places she'd been volunteering. Particularly, she enjoyed going out to celebrate people's birthdays, where she was volunteering with Meals on Wheels at London Nelson, and how she loved singing to people for their birthdays and bringing joy to people, and loved nature, and was very, very deep and very serious and very wise, and had lived so many things, and yet she was so sparkling and so light, and also such a sense of humor. So feeling very blessed.
Thank you. Thanks. So if there's no one else who feels to share, I wanted to, because end of life care is not easy, eh? Being the carers. And so there's been some few key people helping Ingrid, you know, because, you know, she did have some challenging things going on, and she liked things. So that also, you know, it's been a lot of work for certain people, you know. So I just wanted to finish by, maybe I can get the mic. So I just wanted to stand up. Well, anyway, I really appreciated all the help that Ingrid got, you know, over the last few years as she aged. And so especially, you know, like Venerable Janchu, there's many people. I think all of us probably did something here. So Venerable Janchu was, you know, did a lot to help Venerable Ingrid, really close friend. And just looking around, you were very good friends, you know, so you did a lot as well to support her. Just being a friend as well, you know, and helping her for time as well. After you were also very close to Ingrid. I know all of us were, and so I'm sorry if I don't know everyone. I'm just trying to include those
I'm sorry, Angie, we can't hear you online because
So is there, can you hear
Gelton
me now?
Samo
Can you
is,
hear now?
no, Gelton Samo has got his mic off, like on. So we're hearing a lot of background from him that's overriding you. Thank you for turning that off. Okay, Angie, you're on.
Okay, back on. So just appreciating here all the people who had a part in Ingrid's life. I mean, friends, of course, but especially those who helped in the last few years when she was needing more help, you know. So I mentioned Venerable Janchu, Marika, Afring, and I know everybody here did something, but just the folks I kind of know. There was Scott. Scott was is amazing, you know, boxes and boxes holding at his house at for Venerable Ingrid, you know. So there's been, you know, I'm just trying to see if there's anyone else here. Thea, unbelievable. Thea was Venerable Ingrid's next door neighbour. So also very, very good. So, you know, because we have we have a whole table of really, really beautiful offerings in the back here from Ingrid's house. So, I mean, she had really nice things, you know. So those of you who would like to take, that's the whole purpose of the table being there. And Scott's been instrumental in carrying lots of things around. I mean, that's a lot of work, you know, boxes here, boxes there, boxes everywhere. And he's still got some more of that to do. So thank you, Scott. But in specifically, no, I'm getting there. I'm getting to the headline. I'm going in the opposite way. So specifically the one who's held so much for so long, all the health, managing everything. You know, it's really unbelievable. What a bodhisattva, you know. So, of course, it's great merit to support a fully ordained nun. So, I know you recognise that and you're really good friends. So, I was just speaking to the staff at Vajrapani the other day and I'm like, we need to appreciate Joanne. I mean, it's unbelievable what she's done, you know. All of us have, but specifically Joanne holding all the pieces together. So, and the staff are like, well, we can offer her a few days retreat at Vajrapani, you know. So we've got, so I just wanted to offer you something different than chocolates, you know, so we've got plenty of cake here so that you can take that home, but it's either like, you can either come for a retreat, you know, a group retreat, but we've offered you a few days of your own retreat, which you might need once this all settles down, you know, so please, I hope you're able to use it. I mean, you can also gift it if you really can't use it, but we hope you can come. So just big round of applause for Joanne. She's been amazing. You have to come in the spotlight for a minute because I can't, you know. Thank you so much, Joanne. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we tried once. Well, this is, you have to come now. Thank you.
Have Mariah stand up. Then offering.
Offering, yeah.
People were amazing.
Yeah. And Thea's amazing. Yeah, yeah. Thea.
Scott.
Scott's amazing. Yeah, these are the, yeah. Renee. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Venerable Chime helped a lot as well. Yeah. So, I mean, there's been many people. Yeah, yeah. Alicia.
She was there 3 days. Oh my goodness, the 3 days were blessed and so peaceful. And thank you, Jung Chu, for doing vigil. You were there the day, and you were there for the ashes burning, you know, the day of cremation. And you are like a little fireball organizing everybody. So thank you, Angie.
Awesome about it. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. It's all for Joanne, I think. Thank you, Joanne. Yeah. So anyway, that's, yeah. Okay, so now it's tea and cake. And please carry on with the storytelling. So yeah, we'll give you virtual tea and cake for the Zoomers. But thank you, Nancy, for your delicious carrot cake. We will enjoy it on your behalf. And thank you everyone for joining online. And yeah, we are also doing another set of 6 pujas for Venerable Ingrid. You can access the links to them. They're all online. You can access through Land of Medicine Buddha, the different links. It's in their website. So if you want to join every week, I think around 3 o'clock on a Sunday, but not this Sunday because we did this week. But so if you want to join for those, you can find the links online. They'll be on Zoom. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining.